Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Thursday, December 11th, and let's see what the market looks like. It's a little red after ORCL missed its earnings, but we'll go through everything and see what's popping. All information presented here is for educational and information purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Here you go. There's your heat map right there. And I was having all kinds of technical issues this morning. I guess my computer updated itself and everything was different. And holy cow, I was sitting here trying to get everything started and working. And anyway, AXIL signs of a deal with Walmart was over 165%. I see that bad boy this morning. Look at this thing, AXIL brands right there. And it was running. They had a deal with Walmart right there. And let's see. VSME is a roller coaster, and WALK dropped 90% yesterday. Wow. WOK, holy mackerel. And look at that thing, took a big old dip. So there you go. And you're playing for that dead cat bounce right there. And there you go. That's what the market looks like. We'll look at our SPY and everything. U.S. futures fall as Oracle Cloud misses an AI spending outlook spark tech sell-off right there. So that's what we're seeing this morning. And let's see what our SPY looks like. It is down $3 right there. So that is dipping. And there you go. I mean, it doesn't even look that bad, though, I must say. It doesn't look too bad for being down. Look at it. Not bad right there. And your Qs also are down a little bit. So there you go, 423, and they don't look too bad. So maybe we're going to have a little bit of a bounce back up here and roll off the MACD. So maybe a little dip with the Oracle earnings, and then it'll get cruising right back up. So that is what it looks like right there. Your IWM down a little bit, but I bet this one will want to run today. So we'll be keeping our eye on that IWM. And let's go through our Joe Lee's jumpers and see what's going on here. Let's see what's happening this morning. AFJK, and that is some health company. Let me hop on over here. What was it? AFJK. There you go. And it was running yesterday and hopping around a little bit today. And here's that ASPC right there. And that is a SPAC company. These things have been going crazy. Look at that thing running up there this morning. BDRX has been running around lately. It jumped up the other day. It's still spiking up right there. So there you go, a BDRX. And then you have your BEAT, Heartbeam, and that's in that channel trying to run up. That could be a good one right there. Keep an eye on. And BQ right here. We looked at it last night, as a matter of fact, and it's running up a little bit this morning. CV ran yesterday, Capso Vision, and just a little bit of run around this morning. And then you have your ESH acquisition, probably another shell company right there, was running yesterday. And now it's just kind of hanging out. EK is that GlucoTrack. That ran big yesterday, and that's just hanging out this morning there. And then your GLXG, that was running, and that spiked up this morning. So you got that. I don't understand. It's got a lot of earnings coming up. Look at us, 4 E's stacked up together. I don't know why it does that, but anyway, just caught my eye. GLXG, and then your iRobot right here is IRBT. That's been running up, looking good. Looks like it's going to continue its way up. And Migi right here was running yesterday and running more today. There you go, MIGI, Mawson Infrastructure Group. Keep an eye on that one right there. And MNTS is Momentous. And this thing was having some momentum yesterday, and today it's in that channel right there. So we'll keep an eye. And NXDR was at Nextdoor. That was running big yesterday. It still looks good this morning. So you keep an eye on Nextdoor right there. And RDCA. And what is that one? RDCA. I don't even know what that is. What could that have been? RDAC. Let's see if it's that one. That's an acquisition one. And let's see, RDAC. Let's see what that comes up as. RDAC, and it was running the other day. This could be it. I'm not sure, but there you go with your Joe Lee's jumpers. Thank you very much, Asian Joe Lee. Very greatly appreciate them bad boys right there. They always help out. And let's see what else is going on in the market. The futures have improved from the overnight highs, but we're still red. And then we have a couple right here we'll take a look at right there. Of course, our Eli Lilly. And that, look at that bounce back up. Holy cow. I think we might have to play Eli Lilly back up right there. That's LLG. What is that? I'm not even sure what that is. Is that supposed to be a ETF, probably an MTPLF? is that meta planet right here, MTPLF. And that's what that is. Oh, that's jumping up right there. Look at Meta Planet starting to run. That had been way up there and came down. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. It's an OTC right there, but looks good. And then your RDI is Reading International. That one jumped up pretty big right there. Was that this morning or yesterday? Let me see. RDI. Yeah, that was spiking big today, as a matter of fact. So there you go with RDI. And then that BQ we were just looking at, we looked at it last night. It did run up a little bit. And ATPC right here, we were just talking. Oh, no, this is AGAP ATP Corporation right there. So took a big old dip. Let's see what this ATPC is up to right here. Whoop, let me write it in right. AP, hold on. APTC. Oh, wait, it don't even come up. Was that what I said it was? ATPC, that's why. ATPC, there you go. And yeah, look at that big dip there yesterday. So watch for that one to possibly bounce. Laptop traveling, everybody. And then how about a little CV action right here? And Capso Vision we were just looking at, and that is run up. So there you go. That's what the market looks like. Couple good ones right there. And let's see what else is going on over here. Fed descent shows how much the next leader matters, and stock dip buyers step in after Oracle Spurs slide, and Oracle AI reality check knocks stocks. Fed cut saps dollar, and S&P 500 Nasdaq futures fall as Oracle results fall to stoke AI trade. And in the stock market today, Oracle slides, weighing on AI stocks pre-market. Dow futures fall, and that's what it looks like right now. So let's see what else is going on. And you like that walk right there for a good entry? Yeah, that's way down there today too, and that's at the bottom. Not looking too bad right there for WOK. So keep your eye on that. Could have a good bounce right there, 22-cent area. And yesterday it was trading at what? Well, yesterday it was trading at like $1 something. The day before that it was like 4 something. So you've seen a pretty big dip right there. Doge Mama 9 and CHR. This one's going to be a good one too, as long as they don't announce a reverse day. It looks like it wants to get running. There's a DNet. That was last month, so you're still good with that. Yeah, this one looks like it wants to run up there. Larry, how are you this morning? And WAC was at 557 because they recently split. Remember, we were looking at that before the reverse split back here. Reverse split, I do remember that. So yeah, I mean, this thing had been way up there. Look at this thing. I mean, just cruising. And you can see it even traded as high as right there at like laptop travel saying, but it even was up here at like 800 because it had split right there. So crazy stuff. 557. Well, it was at the 500 level too. Laptop travel in the 80s and all back pre-split days. If you calculated it after the split, yeah, you got like $78. So it does have a lot of room there. But like we were saying, let's get back over this dollar something first, and then you can get cruising back up into the 4s and 5s. But yeah, it does have a lot of room right there for WOK. So there you go with that. And Larry wants to see Prime right here, PRME, Prime Medicine. That's not looking too bad right there, Larry. A little bit flat, but not a bad look to continue up in that channel. So that's not looking bad right there. And your my size, your size, my size, MYSZ right here, my size right there. And let's see, that's just pulling back a little bit, had a little pullback right there. And it's just it'll roll off the MACD is what it looks like. It wants to do. It'll wait for this 20 to curl back up. So that's what that looks like. And MP is MP Materials right here. And let's see, that one's just pulling back a little bit. Was looking great the other day. You're just going to wait for that to get back in the right spot right there. So there you go with MP, not looking too bad. It just has to get set up. What does Poly Market say about the rate cuts in 2026? The Fed says we're only getting one. It says, let's see there, Luis Rodriguez. I didn't even have it up because my computer all got crazy, so I never even pulled it back up. But there's the Fed decisions. How many Fed rate cuts over here? And let's see. Let me see. 3, 4, 2, 1. So one's down here, two's the orange, four is dark blue, and three looks like it is dipping down right there. One's coming up. They're all gonna meet right here. We'll look at it in a few days, Luis Rodriguez, and we'll see what's going on right there. But as of right now, I would say three of them for 21% is in the lead, but they're all about to scramble up, and we'll be able to tell who wants to come out of that scramble right there. So interesting. We'll keep an eye on that one right there. Let's see what else is going on. Did we even go through our Mag 7? I don't even think we did we? No, I don't think so. So here we go. Apple and these guys. Apple up a little bit right there. Not looking too bad. Amazon was down a little bit. It was up yesterday. It's still not looking bad right there. Then your Google was down a hair, and that still looks good. I have a feeling the market gets turned around today. Meta did take a nice little dip right there, but should rebound with no problem. And then you have your Microsoft. That had been pulling back. It is pulling back just a little bit more right there. And again, NVIDIA did pull back a little bit, but that's not even too bad either. And it's sitting right on that trend. Oh, wait, that trend line just moved. Holy cow. But that thing looks like it's going to roll off. I'd keep an eye on NVIDIA. They might have something going on right there, to be honest. I might have to get more options on NVIDIA right here. Holy cow. That's looking pretty good this morning, guys, I must say. And Tesla right here is down $3, but also not looking bad. So the market honestly doesn't look bad considering it's down. Your SPY's down 261. It looks pretty good actually. And your Qs are only down 388. They were down like 4 or something, and they look pretty good. So I have a feeling you get turned back around and it gets moving again. This morning is what it looks, or today anyway, is what it looks like to me. Here's your AMC. It's just flat right there. GameStop had dipped down. It's still dipping down after them earnings. So we'll watch that one. And then Chewy right here was running up on the earnings this morning. So definitely keep an eye on Chewy, and Unity right here just continues to blast up, and just keep an eye on it. I think Unity might be a good one for today, so you can keep an eye on Unity right there. That could be a good play. And Netflix getting buried down there pretty low. I think that's a good play too. So if you want to grab some Netflix for the future, I think that'll start bouncing back up. That's pretty cheap down there at that 93 area. So we'll be keeping an eye on Netflix. And how about your AVGO? That is dipping right now. So the semiconductors pulling back a hair as the tech stocks get sold off a little bit, but there you go. MU not looking bad. It's down, but it looks pretty good right there. TSM down a little bit, but still doesn't look bad. And again, it looks like healthy pullback to me, so I wouldn't be that worried. And SMCI not looking too bad right there either. So it's getting set up in that channel. AMD's been trying to get set up. That pulled back a little bit right there. It was looking a lot better, but holy cow, look at that look. And yeah, I think that's a little healthy pullback, and these things are going to get ripping and get set up for next week. That's what it looks like to me going into the holiday season, because next week will be your almost getting close to Christmas is what it's going to be. I'm not going to lie. It's already December 11th. So what? Next week is what? December 15th on Monday. That'll be 10 days from Christmas on Monday. Holy cow. So there you go, guys. That'll be coming up really fast, huh? And there's your AMD. So after the weekend, it'll be about 10 days till Christmas. So yeah, we're cruising right along. Yesterday was 15, so today 14 days until Christmas. QCOM running up yesterday, not looking too bad. And snow's been a blizzard coming down. It's such a blizzard, I can't even type it. There you go. And it's still coming down right there. So there you go with your snow. And PayPal, look at this there this morning coming down. That wasn't looking too bad going into the end of the year. So we'll keep an eye on that. And there's Intel. That's actually looking like it's setting up to roll off your MACD. Good old Dell right here, not looking too bad either. It's just in that channel. You could have a little bit of pullback. IBM, that's getting set up to run, so keep an eye on IBM right there. And Palantir is down a hair. It was running up yesterday. It's not looking too bad, to be honest with you, so you can keep an eye on that. And of course, your Sophie's been pulling back, but that's getting set up too after they had their offering. Mara right here down a little bit. We'll take a look at our Bitcoin and see what crypto's up to. Riot's down just a hair, but doesn't look too bad right there. And then, of course, your Clean Spark, and it's still up there looking pretty good and just hanging out in that channel. And then, of course, you got MicroStrategy is down this morning, pulling back. And again, we'll look at crypto. Bitcoin's at 90,179. It's holding that 90, and that's a good sign. Ethereum's at 3190 right now. And let's see what Cardano's at 41, Stellar's at 24, Chainlink 13.53, Solana's at 130. I told you Solana's like the weakest link right there for whatever reason. And let's go ahead and just take a look and see what it's doing. There you go, Bitcoin right there. And it's just kind of hanging out. It's still in a bullish channel. It still looks fine. I had that nice dip yesterday. It's staying over the 20 and should get curled back up right there. So today, I think, like I said, I think we had that initial pullback reaction right there. And I do think that the market turns right back around. Ethereum not looking too bad. Solana is the one that needs to get turned back around and really get moving right here. And here you go with your Ripple. And that was pulling back a little bit. And yeah, Ripple needs to get set back up and cruising right back up. But we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin and crypto, see what they want to do. They don't look bad, let's put it that way, especially Bitcoin right there. And, you know, that'll lead the way, and everything else will just have to follow it because it's the big dog right there for good old BTC Bitcoin. So keeping an eye on that, making sure it don't drop under that 20. It doesn't look like it really wants to be honest with you. Even if it does, it'll roll right back up. You don't want it to pull back too much right there, though. So that's what crypto and Bitcoin look like at this morning at the moment. And Robinhood down a little bit right there. Coinbase down a lot. And how about Bull is down 15 cents, 1.5% right there. What's Kodak doing right here? Let's see. That's just kind of hanging out. We'll see if it can get a nice little bounce going right there with Kodak. We'll keep an eye on that today. See what it wants to do. And like I said, the market could bounce right back up there. It does look like it's not looking bad. Space right here. Watch for that bounce as it comes off of that trend line down there. And then your Boeing had been trying to get set up still. It had a little bit of pullback. That looks pretty good to try to get set up. Continue to set up. DJT just getting set up. It's taking its time, but it is trying to get set up there. Nike's down a little bit. Lulu was up yesterday. It's pulling back just a hair this morning. And then you have good old McDonald's up a hair. And that one's just kind of hanging out. A little flat, actually. And then Disney was looking pretty good yesterday. That's in that channel. That'll actually start looking pretty good. And then your Oxy right here is down just a hair. Your Exxon Mobil is down as well. So that is what that looks like. And DXYZ is up again. Holy cow. Look at these space ones. They're going crazy. This at least DXYZ. That was a really good. We talk about it all the time. And look at that thing. Holy cow. That thing was ripping right there. So there you go. And it's pulling right up. So that is what the market looks like, everybody. And let's see what else is going on in the old heat map and everything. So yeah, you got a little red going on, but like I said, it doesn't look too bad with your SPY and your Qs and everybody. They're down, don't get me wrong, but they aren't looking terrible, right? They actually look like they want to try to bounce back up. Look at that. Maybe it doesn't do it today exactly, but it definitely looks like it wants to bounce up. I wouldn't bet against it. Let's put it that way right there with that look. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad, that's for sure. And that is what the market looks like. Let's see. Did we read the news stories? I don't even know. The Fed will help drive a 10% gain for stocks in 2026, says this one Wall Street guy. Most accurate forecasters, Tom Lee. And then I think we did read this stuff, actually. Yeah, I think we actually did read some of that. And there you go. So let's see what's going on over here. And let me take a look and see if there's anything really trending over there. I was messing with the computer all morning trying to get it set back up because it decided to update itself. Oracle's down, AXIL, Meiji, Netflix, Adobe, Uber's up a little bit, PayPal's down, a bunch of stuff that we've already looked at. Here, I'll tell you what these two are low. Let's look at Uber right here. That's up just a hair. It had taken a nice dip. Lift right there. Looks similar. And let's see, this GEMI. This thing was looking good last night. Gemini Space Station. Remember we were talking about that? And there you go. So I'm not sure if you guys were playing that this morning there, Laptop Travel, but it was hopping up there. So there you go with that one. And what is ORIS doing? This penny stock, Oris. Remember this guy? It looks like it's trying to spike up a little bit. Not looking too bad right there. So you can keep an eye on that. And let's see. I think that's about it right there. That's what the market looks like this morning on a Thursday. Apple's up, Oracle way down, pulled the market down. But guess what? It looks like it's going to turn back around, guys. I would say watch for these dip opportunities like this. I mean, look at this setup happening right here, unless it gets pushed way down. But if this gets back up on this trend line at that 182, and it looks like it wants to, you could get popping right here, guys. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. I know yesterday, what's this say? Reuters reports that ByteDance and Alibaba are seeking NVIDIA chips with the approval and blah blah blah. So we did read that yesterday, as a matter of fact. So there you go. Market sits in the most volatile bracket since 2020 right there, and we could be looking at one of the greatest bull traps ever seen if these bears call it right. Futures heavy negative, Fed trap, heavy sell off, low buys. It is pretty wild right now, laptop travel, but I somehow think that the market's going to get turned around. We know that Trump loves to pump up the market, and I'm pretty sure that's why he was probably talking the other night to keep this thing at bay. And then, he'll come out and say something to get this ripping for a Santa Claus rally right here towards the end of the year. So that's what it looks like at the moment. You guys know we'll keep you posted in the Discord. I'll be on there with Ben doing some live trading, going through, seeing what the market looks like, and keeping you guys updated. And let's see, Home Depot looking really good right there. Lowe's not looking bad either. And what's that LDI up to? That's a little bit flat after the rate cut. And sterling right here is pulling back a little bit. Definitely have to keep an eye on that. ASTS, that was pulling back as well, but that looks like it wants to continue up. And there's your Tylenol maker right there. And Rocket Lab is down a little bit, but again, these things look like they still want to run up there. So be watch for some dip opportunities possibly today, because the market could get turned right back around. AVGO, and that one still looks good right there. MU not looking too bad right there. So let's keep an eye on these things. Palled out a little bit, so you did get some good pullback on some. They could be some great opportunities. Plug right there, not too bad. And of course, keep your eye on this JZXN right here. It reverse split this morning. It'll open up at 599. And you guys know that this thing might get wild this morning. So it was running up yesterday. In the after hours right there, people were buying it up right before the reverse split. And let's see, it looks like it's going to come out of the basement and go cruising. So you might want to keep some buy orders on that one. Is Barron legally eligible to be Fed chairman, perhaps Don Jr.? That would be wild, huh? That's pretty crazy. Never even thought about that there. Laptop travel, interesting right there. And what's your stakeholder doing? It's just down a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on this guy right there, that good old STKH. And Lucid right here. Let's see what that's up to. Luis Rodriguez, that's not too bad. HUBC, that hub cybersecurity, down a little bit, still in the basement trying to get set up. And Acon right here, still in the basement trying to get set up. So there you go with them guys. And I think we took a look at everything and saw what we wanted to see there. And that's what the market looks like. So I'll keep you guys posted. And there you go, everybody. And you worked with a team remotely for over a year. When we finally met, it made the connections whole. There you go. So Luis Rodriguez. And so, yeah, we're going to be meeting in New York City on Saturday evening, guys. If you guys are around and in the Discord, guys can sign up for that. We're going to have a little Discord meetup for the story trading in New York City. So I'll be up there for that bad boy and hanging out. So catch a bunch of people up there, and it'll be fun to meet everybody and put some faces to names and stuff like that. That's always exciting. So there you go. That's what our Thursday looks like, guys. And like I said, I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for hanging out, tuning in. Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel. Of course, Larry's on there this morning. And Doge Mama 9 always hanging out. Asian Joe Lee. And, of course, Robin's driving to work. Joseph Levy's hanging out this morning, and everybody else. So you guys enjoy your day. Be sure to trade smart and lock in those profits. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And like I say, trade smart, lock in those profits, and enjoy your day, everybody. So goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day.